was the moment that I was being strangled by his father. He had almost killed me, and I had to leave. I had to go somewhere, and then that's when I was in the domestic violence shelter. It was very temporary. I didn't really know where I was going next, and my baby was due in like 2 months, and that's when I heard about the coalition.
Well, when a client comes to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of personal pride that's being dealt with, but when they walk through our doors, I think the first thing that they see is that this is not some institutional approach to dealing with homelessness.
Before I was at the Coalition, I was actually a streetwalker. I was a prostitute in the Orlando area. I had been addicted to crack cocaine for about 12 years, and I got pregnant unexpectedly. And so I made a decision then that I had to make a choice. I had to decide what I was going to do for my life. And that's what brought me to the Coalition, is I wanted a better life for my child.
We provide a daycare for families who are in crisis. We also provide a voluntary pre-kindergarten class for our children who are staying here.
My mom was really struggling, especially with her bipolar, and she went into a manic stage, and it was really hard to reason with her, and we tried to get her to a doctor, and we tried to get her the help she needed, and the relationship just got harder, and it was a really difficult and painful time for our family, because we loved our mom, but because of her mental illness, it was overtaking her ability to do life and to make good decisions. And I feel like a lot of times when you have a family member that has mental illness and they're having a hard time and they're struggling, it's like watching someone drown and you can't do anything to help them.
Woke up one morning thinking, and feeling very scared that I had really lost touch with my life, and I lost touch with my family and friends. I was living on the streets, exposed to the elements, really not knowing where my next meal was coming from, unemployable, and really just reached a place of degradation and despair.
I had a bench under a pavilion and I had an electrical outlet, and that was my life. I sat there all day and drank, and I went into town to panhandle, and then I went back to the park and drank. I drank so much that I would have a seizure when I tried to stop, and that's one of the first things that really, actually hit me, that I needed to do something to change, because I wasn't going to survive. If I didn't end up in jail, I was going to end up dead.
The fact that I was going to have a child was a big motivating factor for me. There was no other option for me. I had to find a way to stop using drugs. That was just mandatory, because I didn't want to give the responsibility of my child to someone else. I didn't want to endanger her life by continuing drug use.
Our mission is really to provide services that will bring them to a point where they can live independently and be self-sufficient.
I didn't have anything. All I had was the clothes on my back, and she gave me a list of other agencies in the community that were able to help me. I didn't have food or anything, and she really helped me.
Between the case managers and the counselors, I also had the opportunity to meet Miss Brenda Baisden, who does the GED training on site. She encouraged me to get my GED, and with that encouragement, I have been able to take it further. I graduated cum laude from UCF for my bachelor's in social work, and from there, I qualified to do what is called advanced standing for my master's degree, which meant I could do it in 1 year instead of 2.
When I came to the Coalition, my goal was to get back into school. I was very vocal about that. That was what I wanted to do. And I was encouraged to do so. And through the Life Strides program, I was able to get my tuition paid for my first 3 semesters. So it really got my feet on the ground, got a little head start there. And I've been doing really well. I've been getting all A's in all of my classes for pre-nursing.
I actually went through about 3 years of time where we had no contact. And I always wondered how she was, if she was alive, if she was okay. And so it was difficult going through holidays and Mother's Day and wondering how she was. But during that time, she actually made it back to Orlando on a bus and showed up at the steps of the Coalition for the Homeless and started to rebuild her life.
A life-saving event in my life to have a place to come to like this. The people who give their time and their offerings to the Coalition, it's because of them people that people like me are able to take advantage of an opportunity like this.
The services that we provide are intended and designed to meet the person who's experiencing homelessness at their point of need. And that need can be very different based on individuals and family needs. So if it's a family, the thing that we're able to say to them is that we're going to solve 3 problems right now. We're going to make sure that you have a place to stay that's safe tonight. We're going to see to it that your family has a meal tonight. And we're going to be able to ensure that your family stays together.
Without the Coalition, I don't know where I would be right now. I was able to have my own place and focus on school. I got into college and was going to school full time and being able to work and have a place for my baby to grow up.
When I think about the last few years of my mom's life, and that even though now she's no longer with us, how different her life would have been and how different my life would have been if she had never come to the Coalition. And the help she was able to get there gave us those last few years to, we were given a gift in having my mom restored to us in the way that we remembered her. And she still struggled. She had lots of challenges to deal with, but there were still many moments that I got to experience with her that may have never happened if she had never gone if she had never gone to the Coalition.
I love seeing people get better now, and I really do have respect for the people that have made it possible for me to get better too.
Since I came to the Coalition, I've definitely been, getting to know my family a lot more. I really feel like I'm part of the family now, and they need me. I didn't realize how much they needed me until I came here. I've been visiting them every weekend, and getting to know them and my grandparents has been, it's priceless.
Inspire for change. That's my goal. And with the educational background to supplement my personal experience, that's really what I'm hoping for, is to really help others to see that there is a life on the other side. There is hope.
The sky is just the limit for me. And I don't know what I would do without the Coalition.
It's just an amazing organization, and I'm so thankful that they were a part of my mom's story, because I never in a million years imagined that homelessness would be a part of my mom's story, but it was.